Hello buddy and welcome to episode 15 of Brunswald. In this episode we are gonna start the harbor. So this project will be pretty big, the harbor project for Brunswald. We'll most likely have 2 episodes, but maybe even 3 episodes for this. So this is gonna be the first one where we'll be tackling the ferry terminal with these massive boats that will transport trucks and probably cars as well. I think I might add some cars. I didn't do that in this episode, but I'm probably gonna add some cars with caravans and stuff. So yeah, I think so. But we'll also be making like the whole container area and stuff, but that's gonna be in probably the next episode. And I'm also planning to have like a massive industry park, I guess you could say, in this area here by the port. So this is just gonna be like the industry place in Brunswald, I guess. So I'm planning to have some sort of electricity source here as well, maybe like a nuclear power plant or something else. That's what I'm planning at least. And then like a water treatment plant and like a recycling center and all that sort of stuff that you want in an industrial area. But yeah, so we're not gonna be finished with this whole project in this episode, for sure not. Yeah, I'm at least doing the whole layout for the harbor. And I think it turned out nice. I tried a lot of different designs and then I finally came up with this design, which I think just fits really well into this area. And I think I'm gonna do a breakwater as well. Well, yeah, I'm pretty certain I'm gonna do a breakwater, but I didn't do it in this episode. I just sort of want to wait until we're done with the harbor so I can get it in a good place, I guess. But I know it's very realistic and something we need to have, or something we need to put down, a breakwater. So I will be doing that, don't worry. But yeah, as I said, we're going to be working on the ferry terminal here. So that's what I'm starting. And I'm using these massive ships. I think they're called the Silja line or something. I think it operates between Helsinki and somewhere else. I'm not sure, but they look very realistic, and these are sort of the ships you see in these harbors in real life. So I'm working on this road here that is meant to connect the port area to the highway, because it's very far out from the highway and there will obviously be a lot of trucks coming into the harbor, so we needed a good connection for all of those vehicles. So yeah, I'm making this pretty big road here, and yeah, it turned out pretty nice. So hopefully we'll see some trucks in the future when we put down more industry buildings. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about the harbor and the whole story behind it, why it's in that location. So in case you watched the episode where we built the marina, I talked a little bit about that the harbor actually was where the marina is now before, but they moved it out from there because they were making that beach and stuff, the old beach area. So they didn't want to have like a bunch of massive ships and stuff there. And also it was just inconvenient to expand the harbor as well in that area. So yeah, that's sort of the story behind it. And then they moved the whole harbor out to this spot that we're working on in this episode. And yeah, so the harbor is meant to be fairly new. Like, I don't know, maybe from the 90s or the start of the 2000s. So somewhere there. So it's not very old. And yeah, so I'm trying to make it look fairly, modern, I guess. So it's kind of hard to find like smaller ships, because there are some like smaller ships on the workshop. But a lot of them are like 1940s and 1930s, which is sort of unfortunate because I guess that wouldn't really make sense to have like a ship from the 1940s. But yeah, I think I found some like good ones that I'll be putting down around the port as well. Besides like those Silja line boats and the other container ships, I wanted to have like some smaller ones. Yeah, anyway, so now I'm just continuing putting down this road here that is connecting. And yeah, so I'm making like a lot of tunnels and stuff and bridges and stuff over and under this I guess you could say highway, but this major road here, because I want to have as few like intersections on this road, because I just want traffic to be able to flow really smooth there and not a bunch of like traffic lights and stuff like that. So I'm treating it more like a highway, I guess you could say. Alright, so now we're making this this pretty interesting thing, and that is the ramps up to the boat here. And yeah, so this is always a little bit tricky to get a good design for some ramps leading up to the boats. But I found this flexible road here. It's called something like that, like flexible road, I guess. And I actually was planning to just use a normal one, the one that is just on the ground. But then when I elevated the road, it actually looked like this, and I thought it would work really nice. Because it doesn't have, like, it sort of just ends at the end of it. I don't know if that makes sense, but it doesn't have like any fences around it or anything like that, which is just super convenient for doing ramps up to a boat like this. So I think it turned out pretty nice, these ramps here. They look pretty nice. They're a little bit too bright, but I mean, you'll have to deal with that. It's not that bad, so yeah, but they actually worked really nice, and I'm using some of those prefab props by Beard Monkey to just detail the ramps a little bit more, and also using some fences and stuff on them from Ronix, I think, and I think the ramps turn out pretty nice. So yeah, but yeah, there are not that many, like, well, I don't think there are any boat ramps like this on the workshop. That are specifically meant for example, this boat that I'm using, and that is sort of unfortunate. Like, I'd really like there to be some nice boat ramp assets, I guess, because yeah, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, this worked pretty nice as well. So yeah, but now I'm putting down these lines, which will sort of I guess show the trucks where they should park. These sort of lanes leading up to the boats where they just queue up and wait to be able to go onto the boat. So yeah, but when I'm putting down like all the trucks here, I didn't put down any vehicles like cars and stuff, as I said before. And yeah, I mainly want this harbor to be very truck focused, so not really like a bunch of tourists just going with their car with like a caravan or something like that. The plan was to have it just be very truck focused and very industry heavy, because I guess this is a pretty long route with these boats, and I guess a lot of people would just take like a plane instead or something if they want to go somewhere. But the trucks are using it because it just makes sense for them, and I think like truckers and stuff need to get in like certain rest hours and stuff, so it's very convenient for them to just go on a boat and actually cover distance without driving, so they can I guess make up for those rest hours that they need to have. I'm pretty sure that's a thing, at least here in Europe, that truckers need to rest while driving and stuff, so it's convenient for them to be on a boat. So yeah, but yeah, as I said, very truck focused, this whole ferry terminal. But I'm probably gonna go in like off camera or like in the next episode and probably add like a few cars with like caravans and stuff. Maybe there are like a few people that want to take this boat, because that is sort of how it is in Malmo right now. There's just mainly just trucks there, and basically no other vehicles. But you can still see like a few normal cars with like caravans and stuff. But it's mainly just trucks and stuff right now. So that is sort of the inspiration for this as well. I just wanted to have it be very truck heavy. But these new like trailers and truck assets by, I think his name is Konku or something like that. They are really nice. I think they look super good, and they're just very realistic. Like all of these brand names on the trailers is stuff you see all the time here in real life, which is really cool. So yeah, I had a lot of fun putting down all of those trucks with all the realistic trailers and stuff. And yeah, but I'm working on this little rest area here for the trucks. So this is not inside or on the other side of the toll booths, because this is just before. So I guess this would be where the trucks go in case they have like a lot of waiting time to until the boat arrives. They're like pretty early and stuff. Then they would probably go into this area here and just park the truck and maybe sleep or something. Because this is just meant to be a little bit nicer than actually driving on and standing there in the queue right next to the boat after the toll booths. So I wanted to make this rest area here before the toll booths, and I think it turned out pretty nice. I added some like small buildings there, which I guess would act as like maybe like a restaurant or like a small store with toilets and stuff. So the truckers can just wait here, which is a little bit nicer than actually just queuing up before the boat, because there aren't anything there really besides like concrete. So yeah, I made this area, and I realized that this is a pretty realistic thing in all of these ferry terminals, to just have like a lot of parking space for trucks outside the toll booths. So I did this here, and I also put down like some trucks without the trailers, because that is something you see as well. Maybe they're like waiting to pick up some trailer, and they're just in that rest area as well. So yeah, but as I said, no cars yet, but I will most likely add some cars as well. But I'm adding a lot of arrows here, just sort of making it easy for the vehicles that are coming out from the boats to know where the exit is. Because, yeah, and I'm only doing that in one way for the exit of the boat, and not like entering the boat. Because when the trucks and cars enter the boat, there tends to be like some person standing there and guiding exactly where they should go. So like arrows and stuff are not really needed in that case. And yeah, when they're exiting, there's usually like not really anyone guiding them where to drive. So that's why the arrows and stuff like that is only for one direction. But I'm making this little open area here with just greenery and bushes and stuff, because I thought that was nice to add that in all of these, or in all of this concrete here. I wanted to add some greenery as well, and I did it next to the rest area, which I think makes sense. You know, it would be nice to have some green space if you're like resting or just walking a little bit, whatever. So I did that there, and it just looks a little bit better from above as well, to not have every single spot filled with concrete, or I guess asphalt in this case. And then just putting down a lot of lines here, again guiding all of the vehicles that are going out. And I'm sort of debating if I should add some type of like toll booth area for the vehicles that are exiting. Not really like a toll booth, but just like a small gate or like a building they have to go through, so they know like all of the vehicles that are going out or whatever. Because I've seen that in real life as well. They have some like small buildings that the trucks and cars go out through, so I guess they could register all of the vehicles exiting the boats. So I'm thinking we might do something like that. And yeah, but at the moment we only have that road just leading out. But making this this building here, which is the it's from Rick 400 or 4000. I can't remember the number there, but it's one of his newer assets, and it's a UK asset. I think it's meant for some sort of sport area or park or something like that. But I thought it would fit really nice here for like the register building, whatever, where you go in and maybe, I don't know, or like the people working there have their stuff there, and yeah, just some sort of building, you know, that acts like something. I don't know what it really would be, but yeah, I thought it looked really nice there, and I thought it would fit pretty good there. And then just adding a lot more greenery here. But I've been talking for quite a while now, so I'm gonna let you listen to some music, and I'll tune back in at the end of the time-lapse, so enjoy some music. So I found this cool little smoke asset that I put for the chimney of the boat, and I think that looked really cool, very realistic for the boat to have some smoke coming out. So I thought that looked pretty cool. And then I'm just making a lighthouse there, which is meant to be pretty old, and they didn't want to remove it when they built the new port, so they just kept it here. And I guess now it's a bit of a tourist attraction, like a viewpoint of the harbor and stuff. And I do like that lighthouse assets. But I hope you've enjoyed like all the real life footage I got and that I've been sort of putting in this episode. So I went to Trelleborg, which is a major port city here in southern Sweden, and I got some footage there, which was pretty cool, of the port. And it's always nice to just go and get some real life reference and real life inspiration for when you're building stuff in game. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that footage. Unfortunately, I didn't record with my DSLR because I forgot the SD card, which was pretty stupid of me, but I just recorded with my phone instead. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. It's pretty cool implementing stuff like that in the episode. But I'm making some finishing touches now to this area here, putting down like some warehouses and stuff. Just a little bit more like industry, but we'll definitely be putting down a lot more like industry buildings and stuff in future episodes. But just wanted to do a little bit around here to make it, I guess, a little bit nicer for the cinematics. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun doing it. Definitely something different, and it did take some time to get all of this figured out, because it's not every day I build a ferry terminal. So yeah, I tried to make it as realistic as possible, but I'm open to feedback. So if you have any ideas and suggestions, make sure to leave those in the comments. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm definitely gonna try to post more on Instagram. I haven't been doing that lately, but I think I might get back to it. But yeah, follow me there. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye.